Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. If you're an American football fan, you probably think you understand soccer pretty well. You might say, it's boring, the timing system is weird, or why do they act so dramatic? But the truth is, the rules played out on the field are the least interesting part of the story. The real difference, the thing that connects a Manchester United fan in Nigeria to a Bayern Munich fan in Germany in a way that makes even the NFL seem small, has nothing to do with the game itself. The key is that the entire global culture of soccer is built on a foundation of money and betting that doesn't exist in American sports, and today, we're going to tell you what you're actually missing. Let's talk about the obvious things. Yes, soccer has a running clock, a massive field, and you can't use your hands. American football is a game of strategy and occasional bone-crunching hits. Soccer is a relentless, unending test of endurance and creativity. We get it. These are the superficial differences everyone talks about, but focusing on them is like comparing a speedboat to an aircraft carrier just because one is smaller. You're missing the point. The real story isn't about the rules of the game, it's about the rules of existence. The fundamental differences lie in three pillars that define everything in world football: identity, significance, and scope, and these completely transform what it means to be a fan in America. We have franchises, with few exceptions. Teams are business assets placed in strategic markets. Stan Kroenke might own the Los Angeles Rams, but if he had more money to be made elsewhere, he could have just as easily kept the team in St. Louis. Teams can and do move from place to place. Fans are certainly loyal, but ultimately, they are consumers of an entertainment product. In most of the world, there are no franchises, there are clubs. These aren't just businesses established in a city, these are institutions that grew organically from the community itself. They were started a century ago by factory workers, church groups, or local residents. A team like Manchester United isn't just based in Manchester, it is part of the city's living history. This creates a completely different kind of relationship. You aren't merely a customer, you are a member of a cultural institution. The most powerful example of this is fan ownership. In Germany's Bundesliga, the famous 51 rule generally requires that club members, the fans, hold the majority of voting rights. This ensures that the wishes of supporters are not ignored for the sake of commercial profit. Yes, there are famous and long-standing exceptions such as Bayer Leverkusen, founded by the pharmaceutical company Bayer, or VfL Wolfsburg, established by Volkswagen employees, but the core principle remains the same. Imagine if fans, not just management, had the power to veto decisions or even changes to team colors. That is the prevailing mindset in Germany. Although fan and member ownership isn't the norm everywhere, for instance, many major English clubs are owned by private billionaires or state entities. This community-first ethos is a major force in global football. It stands in stark contrast to the American model, where the community-owned Green Bay Packers are an exception rather than the rule. This brings us to the crux of the matter. Perhaps the biggest difference and a novel concept in American professional sports is the system of promotion and relegation. The NFL, NBA, and MLB operate as closed systems. The 32 teams in the NFL last year are the same ones playing this year, and barring a rare relocation will be there next year, too. If a team has a disastrous season and finishes dead last, what is their reward? The first pick in the draft. This system rewards losing teams to maintain competitive balance. Now, imagine this instead: at the end of the season, the three worst-performing NFL teams are kicked out of the league, relegation, relegated to a lower division, such as the UFL. In their place, the top three teams from that lower league are promoted to the NFL for the following season. This is promotion and relegation. It is the driving force of world football. It means that for hundreds of clubs, every season is a battle for survival. A late-season match between two teams at the very bottom of the table is no ordinary affair. It can be more significant than the championship itself. Winning secures a spot in the top league, bringing prestige and massive television revenues. Losing results in relegation a severe financial blow. Although some leagues offer parachute payments to cushion this impact, it remains a humiliating fall that can destroy a club and force its star players to leave. The final playoff match for promotion to England's Premier League is often dubbed football's richest game. Experts estimate the financial windfall for the winning team at £180 million. There is no parallel to this level of risk in American sports. You aren't just playing for a trophy, you are playing for your club's very survival at the top level. If the concept of teams literally fighting to stay in the league astonishes you, then a small please hit the like button. This signals to the algorithm that you are learning something new, helping this video reach other American sports fans who might not be aware of the actual facts. American sports fans are rightly proud of the Super Bowl. In 2024, an average of about 124 million people in the US and 62.5 million worldwide are expected to watch the game. It is truly a massive cultural event. But global soccer operates on a completely different level. The 2022 FIFA World Cup final between Argentina and France was watched by approximately 1.5 billion people worldwide. That is not a typo, without exaggeration. The World Cup final is the greatest shared human experience on Earth. It dwarfs the Super Bowl by a wide margin. And this isn't something that happens only once every 4 years. Think about the playoffs. The NFL playoffs are a domestic affair designed to determine the best team in America. Now, imagine a tournament that runs concurrently with the regular season. That is the UEFA Champions League. To use an American analogy, imagine the Kansas City Chiefs, the Boston Celtics, and the Los Angeles Dodgers not only playing in their respective leagues but also qualifying for a more prestigious, continent-wide super tournament, all while their regular seasons are still underway. That is the Champions League. It pits the best clubs from England, Spain, Germany, Italy, and across Europe against one another to determine the champion of champions. For many, winning this is a greater achievement than winning a domestic title. This creates a level of global competition that is unmatched. The NFL generates massive revenue, but its audience is primarily domestic. In contrast, the biggest soccer clubs are international giants. Manchester United isn't just an English team, it is a global brand with official supporters clubs ranging from Dallas to Dubai. So, as an American soccer fan, what do you actually see when you watch a match? You might dismiss a 0-0 draw as boring, but for a local fan, it represents a precious point in a grueling battle to avoid relegation, a result that could save their club millions of dollars and help them retain their spot in the top flight. You are watching a team you've never heard of take on a major league side. They see a club that began in their grandparents' neighborhood, run by their own people, now standing ready to face a global powerhouse on the world's biggest stage, the Champions League. The biggest misconception American fans have about global soccer isn't about the clock or players diving, it's about the world in which the sport exists. It's about the deep, complex roots of identity connecting a club to its community, the fierce and perilous struggle for survival, and the astonishing global scale of it all. It isn't just another sport, it is a different world, built on a foundation where every single moment matters, something the American sports landscape can never quite replicate. Thanks for watching. If you're now seeing this great game from a new perspective, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments promotion and relegation, fan ownership, or the Champions League, which aspect surprised you the most. See you in the next video.